my name is Colin SkipperWing Bird, and welcome to another episode of The Crimson Fly. Today's video, episode 5, strip number 67. The music comes from OC Remix. The song is Fortress of Doom, remix of the Subcastle background music by Nished80. You can find a link to download it in the description below. If you'd like a version of this video without commentary, you can check out the links in the cards, or in the description, or in the annotations when they appear at the end of this video. So, today's video is kind of odd because I think I did the majority of this streaming. So you're gonna see a few cutaways where I went to look for a video or something, or got distracted by something and didn't turn off the recording, because I like to keep half-hour intervals. Yeah, like that just happened. But first and foremost, I actually want to call attention to something that happened at the beginning of the video. The sort of summary of how a strip breaks down. I was explaining that for my streaming crowd, but I might as well do it for you guys here. A comic strip, at least as I've come to understand them, breaks down a lot like a joke. And really how a joke breaks down is that you have a setup, you give your listener a set of information, you build their expectations with a series of events, and then you subvert their expectations with a logical conclusion that they would not have expected otherwise. Such as the what's red and white and red and black and red all over, or what's red with white stripes. I forget the name, how the joke goes, but the punchline being a sunburned zebra or some such. A comic strip works in much the same way. The first panel has to tell the viewers what's going on, especially if they're not already affiliated with the jokes as they already stand, or they're not following the series to begin with. So the first panel has to tell the viewers, okay, this is what the information is. In the case of this strip, the Crimson Fly is holding somebody by their shirt, and he's breathing very heavily. He's also very angry with this person. Then there's a lead-up of expectations. So in this case, the Fly punches the guy repeatedly while very pointedly putting him down. And then the final panel, or rather, the end of the panel is basically, the end of the strip is a subversion of those expectations. In this case, the Crimson Fly gets his hand caught. It turns out that there are a lot of people behind him that are very angry with him. Therein lies a subversion. And comic strips can differ from jokes in that they don't always necessarily have to end on a punchline of sorts. They can end on in one of three ways. I'm going off the top of my head without rewinding the video all the way back. You can either change the dynamic of the story with a revelation of sorts. You can end it with the story not being changed but ending on a cliffhanger. Or you can end with said punchline. So in this case, we end on a cliffhanger. As the Crimson Fly warned in a previous strip, if all of the members of the gang that he's currently fighting got their hands on him, as opposed to the stealth approach, then he would be in a whole lot of trouble. And as it turns out, somebody does have their hands on him, literally, and there's a lot of people with their eyes on him, so he's not going to be able to stealth his way out of this. And it's just as dangerous as he's predicted. What's going to happen? Well, you're going to have to read the next strip to find out. So yeah, that's the breakdown of a comic strip, at least as I've come to understand it. If that doesn't work for you and you make comic strips, please leave a comment below in the video. Back on this strip, what I ended up doing with this one was I ended up doing a lot of puppet animation. There was a little bit of foresight that went into the illustration of this strip, but what I was luckily able to do was it didn't require a lot of work to do the animation. So I decided I would go ahead and make it puppeted for a more consistent look, and to make it flow a little bit better with the static elements of the strip. Because I find that whenever I do fully traditional, that doesn't mesh with the illustrated version of the strip because different goals. So this time I was able to do puppets, and I think that worked out pretty nicely. There was a lot of programming mess ups, as you can see, you saw in part of the video, but I think it turned out pretty well. Oh boy, somebody's in trouble. But that's it for this week's video. Please check out this video in its original format, in the animated comic version. Also, feel free to subscribe if you want to see more speed paints, and don't forget to hit the notification button so you can see when I upload new videos. My name is Colin SkipperWing Bird, and I am signing out.